Let's delve into the secrets of negotiations with those who wield great power in the world: politicians, billionaires, celebrities, and others. Many of them may not realize how they unconsciously apply certain principles. Some may even refuse to acknowledge it. However, despite this, we cannot remain ignorant. We must accept the reality as it is, with its unforgiving laws. These laws are often harsh. The first law I wish to present to you lies at the foundation of all negotiations. The world is governed by power. You may object, arguing that the world is governed by laws, morality, social norms, religion, and so on. Undoubtedly, this makes sense, but in reality, power rules the world. There are numerous examples where powerful states can afford what is not accessible to the weak. Although the UN exists, although there are international laws and rules, nevertheless, powerful countries are allowed more than the weak. This is observed in any society. Look at politicians, billionaires, celebrities, and others. Despite attempts by laws to level them, they often evade punishment, or they are allowed more than ordinary people. Why does this happen? The point is that power is disguised under laws, morality, religion, social norms, and so on. If you wish to succeed in life, you should internalize that the world is governed by power. This fundamental understanding is necessary for successful negotiations and determining who will prevail. After you delve deeply into this law, it will become easier to understand who will dominate in negotiations. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine two people sitting in a hotel lobby. One is a billionaire, the other is a millionaire. Who will win in their negotiations? Who will yield? Probably the answer is obvious. The millionaire will most likely yield to the billionaire. This illustrates that the world is governed by power. Thus, we come to the question of who has the power and how to achieve it. And here I want to share with you 7 secrets unconsciously used by powerful people in the world: politicians, billionaires, and celebrities. The first assertion states power belongs to those who are least attached to the outcome. Let's imagine two sides in negotiations, and power belongs to the one who is least interested in the outcome. Let's consider a simple example. Let's imagine a situation in a hotel lobby. There is a Buddhist monk sitting there, and an assistant to a billionaire approaches him, expressing the desire of his boss to meet. The Buddhist monk responds, "If he wants to meet, let him come to me. I am here." And who, in your opinion, approached whom? The billionaire approached the monk, showing the desire to meet. This example illustrates our first assertion: power belongs to those who are content with little. Those who are content with little are usually devoted to some idea. They find happiness in simple things, and they do not crave much. These people are difficult to influence in negotiations because they have a clear understanding of their desires and never yield. The second assertion is about who possesses power. Power belongs to those who have more resources in the form of authority, fame, wealth, or other resources. Note that power lies with those who have more resources. Napoleon expressed this with the words, "God is always on the side of the big battalions." Note that the third source of power lies in who has time working for them. You may have noticed that power belongs to those who have more time. Clearly, power is greater for the young than for the old. For an elderly person, time works against them, whereas for the young, it works for them. It's easy to predict who will achieve greater heights. For the old, everything is already behind them, while for the young, everything is still ahead. Therefore, time works in their favor. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you need to use the restroom, and it's a paid one, costing $5. You protest, saying, "Are you kidding? $5 for a restroom?" You ask for permission to quickly go, but the attendant refuses. You look around, you're getting restless, because time is pressing on you. Finally, you agree to pay, and the attendant says it's already 10. And how does this end? You still pay because time is working against you. The fourth source of power lies in who is influenced by circumstances. I have observed many times in life when someone encounters favorable circumstances, making it easier for them to achieve their goals in negotiations. This phenomenon occurs quite often. For example, when someone is at the peak of popularity, even authorities are willing to accommodate them. Imagine a situation where one guy saves a family or children, and his heroic act becomes a social media hype. He becomes the hero of the day, receives support and attention from authorities, up to receiving a gift of an apartment. At the same time, another person in a similar situation, but without the hype, may only receive a thank you letter from the department. Why such a difference in rewards? Both performed a heroic act, but luck favored one. The fifth source of power is the influence of location. Location determines power, just like other factors. Let's consider an example from the Middle Ages. Imagine you stand in a high place as an archer. If you shoot a bow at a distance of 100 meters, and your opponent is also at 100 meters but below, your arrow will fly 150 meters, while his arrow will only reach 70 meters. Your advantage doubles. Why? Simply because you are in the right place. Another example, suppose you're in business, and your efforts are successful, especially if your business operates in the United States. In that case, your business could be valued in billions of dollars. Compare this to a similar business operating, for example, in Kazakhstan, where its value may be only $10 or $20 million. Here, too, it's evident that power depends on your location. The sixth source of power is the strength of those who are secure. Because if you are at risk, if you are in a dangerous situation, frankly speaking, you can't be picky. You have to act according to circumstances, and you react to circumstances. That is, you don't dictate what to do. Circumstances dictate to you what to do. Therefore, the seventh source of power is security. Most people, when turning their minds to the art of effective negotiation, usually put their thoughts into techniques and tactics, such as behavior, style of expression, even negotiation etiquette. They care about trivialities, about cosmetic details that are said to elevate their level of influence and power. But in reality, these are just superficial aspects devoid of true power. It often happens that a billionaire exemplifies this philosophy. When meeting with partners, he may come in casual attire, ignoring formalities, while his counterpart, clad in a business suit, feels the need to adhere to formal standards. In this example, we see that power is not manifested in conventional etiquette norms, but in the confidence and determination to express one's desires. Forget about complex techniques and methods. The more you fixate on these superficial aspects, the more tangled you'll become. The foundation of successful negotiations lies in a deep understanding of principles. The one with more power wins. Therefore, by understanding the sources of this power, you gain a basis for successful negotiations.